Hi there, this is Pyritebomblol with your second tutorial for the beginner's guide to League of Legends. And this episode I want to be explaining the objectives. Basically in this game, it's a very objective based game, and any objectives you take will be helping out your team a huge amount, basically. So I'm going to take you through each one and give you a rundown which they all do and why you want to take them. So I'm going to try and make this video shorter. The other one was obviously very long, so I'll try and keep it as small as possible. So I'm starting here at the red buff. This is at the bottom right corner of the map. I'd say it's bottom right. This is the blue side's red buff. So you can see here, once you kill the red buff, it gives you a buff which slows the enemy on your attacks. Not on your spells. This will only be on your auto attacks. So either a melee attack with a melee champion or a range attack with a ranged champion. And it also does a bit of damage over time. So having this buff on a AD champion, I suppose, you'll probably understand that more in time, will be hugely advantageous, and it could be a really good idea. You need to make sure you prioritize on that. There's one here for blue side, and there's also one on the opposite side, which is over here. They're both reds, so it is possible to have two on the team at the same time. I'm going to come over here. This is the blue buff up in this section, the top left of the map. This blue buff, it grants you cooldown reduction and mana regeneration when you kill it. Both blue and red buff last for 3 minutes. Both blue and red buff also respawn after 5 minutes after killing it. So they're both really good. They only give you about 100 gold, so gold isn't the main thing here to worry about. So that's really good for maybe, let's say you're going mid and you're going a mid character which is AP spell user. That could be really good. It keeps you being able to spam your spells, make sure you get the upper advantage in lane. So that's the other buff which I wanted to talk to you about. They're the two buff type objectives. Basically, one of the main objectives about the game is actually killing towers. I've actually killed the first 3 here. This is just a custom game, and the minions are killing mine now. But each tower that you kill gives your whole team 150 gold, and you can imagine with 150 gold, after about 3 turrets, and if your enemy has none, that's going to be a lot of extra gold in your favor. So everything you can push like that helps out your team loads, makes you get better items in the end, and makes you be able to win team fights. So it's a great idea to be able to actually take down these and help out your team by giving them gold. Excuse me. Finally, we have 2 more buffs. We have the Baron buff here. This spawns at 15 minutes. This is the biggest buff in the game, actually. This gives everybody on the team 300 gold, and it gives health and mana regeneration. I'm not sure if it gives anything else with the buff, but the respawn time for this is 7 minutes. I think the buff time is about 5 minutes. I'm not 100% sure on that. But this is very highly contested. If you get this, you have a huge advantage over the other team, and so you have to make sure your team gets it. It's going to be huge if the other team manages to get it and you don't. So make sure that's contested at all time. That's in the top left corner and along the river. It's pretty easy to find. And I'm just going to the second, the bottom half of the map. This is where the dragon lives. Let me get there. Okay, this spawns every 6 minutes. I think it spawns at 1 minute 55. And you can kill it whenever, but it's kind of hard. It's not as hard as Baron, but it's pretty hard to take down, so take a few people. And when you kill this, it gives the whole team 190 gold. So basically this is just a gold incentive. This is going to get your team ahead of the other team. So if you can, try and take objectives such as this. This respawns every 6 minutes, so if you can time it and then come back when when it respawns, you'll have another chance at getting another 190 gold per person, and then the gold starts adding up. You're starting to take a big lead. So basically, in terms of buffs, that's it. I'll just show you this blue buff as I'm next to it. This is the opposite side's blue buff, as you saw over here. And if you learn the buff locations, it's pretty easy to learn the rest in the future. I think that's everything. I'll leave it there. And I'll try and, as I said, trying to make the tutorial a bit shorter so it's easier to watch. You can watch it in bursts. If you liked it, please like, favorite, subscribe. It helps me out loads. And come and watch the stream. I will be streaming daily from 5 PM. Thank you.